Recently, Surfshark dropped some absolutely huge news when they announced that they had developed and released a new VPN protocol called Dausos. No, not Dausos. No, not dog sauce. It's Dausos. We'll talk more about the name a bit later. But wait. Surfshark announced this? What I mean is that we announced it. And today we're going to take a closer look at this new protocol because apparently it's up to 30% faster than any other VPN protocol in the Surfshark app. Faster VPN speeds just by switching one toggle in the settings? We need to test this. But first, if you're looking to get a VPN, you're on the right channel because Surfshark has a VPN. And actually, not just a VPN, but other tools too, like antivirus, alternative ID, clean web, and much more, all to help you stay secure online and keep your privacy safe. Hit the first link in the description and/or use our special coupon code Academy at the checkout to get 3 additional months when buying a 2 or a 1-year plan at Surfshark. Now, before we get to testing this new protocol Dausos, let me give you a bit of a background into how most VPNs work. VPNs today rely on something called a virtual tunnel interface model. Sounds complex, but in simple terms, this virtual tunnel is where all user traffic gets routed through, meaning that yes, every person connecting with their own device, all their connections use the same tunnel. And look, VPNs worked like this for years, using protocols like WireGuard. So I'm not here to bash these protocols as they are still secure and plenty fast for most people. WireGuard specifically, which came out in 2015 and was more widely adopted in commercial VPNs in around 2019, was a big step in making VPN protocols better and faster. But the fact is, protocols used in today's commercial VPNs were originally designed for enterprise use. Things like connecting corporate offices or secure remote access for a small number of users. And then when commercial VPNs became a thing, they tried to integrate these existing protocols and adapt them for millions of users, which isn't ideal. I guess it's kind of like using a pickaxe to dig dirt when you could just use a shovel instead. And speaking of shovels, or maybe a diamond shovel with all the best enchantments, yes, it is time to talk about Surfshark Dausos protocol. By the way, I really like this name because Dausos is actually a Lithuanian word meaning heaven. It's deeply rooted in the Baltic mythology, and Dausos actually is a reference to a higher realm. Think of elevation, protection, and movement that is beyond the ordinary layer of the internet. It's a nice subtle nod to the Lithuanian roots of Surfshark as a company. Oh, and labas visiems, kas žiūrite mūsų iš Lietuvos. But that aside, what makes Surfshark Dausos protocol special is that unlike where other protocols consolidate all user traffic through one shared tunnel interface, Dausos provides a dedicated private data tunnel for each user individually. Immediately, that makes your connection safer, eliminating the chance of cross-traffic exposure, which while small, extra security never hurt nobody. But in addition to this, there are other benefits too. For instance, there's no potential interference between users, a huge reduction in resource contention, which highly affects overall performance, which we'll check out later. Surfshark claims up to 30% faster speeds compared to other protocols available within the app. And on top of all that, unlike other protocols that mostly use AES-256 encryption, Dausos uses the more advanced Aegis 256x2 cryptographic algorithm for security, essentially making Dausos more secure compared to other protocols. Oh, it is also quantum safe, which is a nice addition. But okay, enough techie talk. Let's actually see just how fast Dausos is against other protocols. As of recording this video, Surfshark Dausos is available on macOS only, and make sure to download Surfshark from the Apple App Store to actually be able to use Dausos. Now, for my testing today, I did use an older Apple MacBook Air M1. It's from 2020, so it's around 6 years old by now, but I didn't want to use the latest hardware, like for example, this MacBook Pro that I have here, as I wanted to test a laptop that would be used by the majority of people. And so the Air is a decently powerful laptop even today, thanks to that M1 processor from Apple. So before we begin, I think it's obvious that we should enable Dausos. And to do that, let's open up the Surfshark app. Make sure to be using the app and not the browser extension for this. And on the app, let's go to the settings here on the left, then select VPN settings here at the top, scroll down just a bit in this menu, and we can select our protocol. And let's of course select Dausos. Now, my test methodology for this video will be fairly simple. I'll do 3 speed tests with 3 different locations with 3 different protocols. First is Surfshark Dausos, of course. Next is WireGuard, which I feel like will be probably the biggest competitor to Dausos. And lastly, I'll test IKEv2 IPv2 just for good measure. Now, as for locations for this test, they will be France, US, and Japan. These servers will each represent different distances, so as we're in Europe at the moment, France will be our close server, US will be our long distance, and Japan will be our extreme long distance location. And then once I have all those results, I'll calculate the average and show them on screen. Well, actually, I already did the test, so we can just do a transition and yeah. Well, here we are. Now, before I show you the results, let's see what our base speed is without using a VPN. And that is roughly 300 megabits download. Now, the first protocol I've tested was IPv2. This protocol is fast and secure and actually has undergone many improvements since its release. So while connected to France, IPv2 yielded us 114 megabits download. Then switching to US New York, we got 268 megabits. Finally, Japan yielded 216 megabits. Pretty good, but let's now try WireGuard. I expect results to be higher here, and I don't know why I'm saying I'm expecting because I already know the result. Well, yeah, WireGuard pretty much got us better speeds in every test compared to IPv2 as expected. So you can check the numbers here for yourself. This does make sense as WireGuard is a lightweight and more speed optimized protocol versus IPv2. But now it's time to show what speeds we got with Surfshark Dausos. And well, amazing. So starting with France location, we got 305 megabits download. That's a measurable 5% improvement over WireGuard and a massive 167% boost over IPv2. Now with the US New York location, something happened that I honestly did not expect. We actually got 320 megabits. That is around 12% faster than WireGuard and 20% faster than IPv2. But what quite honestly shocked me was, well, look at our no VPN speeds, 308 megabits. That's right, Dausos actually made our speeds faster versus not using a VPN. Look, in my years of using VPNs, I've never seen a situation where you get better speeds by using a VPN than not. So the thing is, Surfshark Dausos is so efficient when it comes to data travel as it adapts to your device and network conditions that sometimes, in rare instances and edge cases, you can see even better speeds than your native internet connection. Absolutely wild. But here are the test results in one table, and as you can see, Dausos was pretty much better in all instances, which is great to see. Now again, I tested only 3 locations in this video to keep things simple, but you can imagine that depending on your device and internet speed, you can get different results, but more or less according to Surfshark engineers, Dausos is pretty much always going to be faster than any other protocol within the app. Yeah, that is really good, and again, keep in mind that you get all these speed and security benefits by literally just changing one setting within the app. Dare I say, that's pretty incredible. I think so. However, as nice as Dausos is, please do keep in mind that, again, as I'm making of this video, which is April 2026, Dausos protocol is only available on macOS devices for now. Again, for now. There's currently no timeline for when it's coming to other platforms like Windows, Android, or iOS, but we will let you know when it does. That being said, if you currently have a macOS device like a MacBook laptop or a iMac or a Mac Mini, update your Surfshark app through the Apple App Store right now and go try out the Dausos protocol yourself. My personal take is that while the speed improvement is really nice, I actually care much more about the security benefits that this new protocol provides. I'm talking about how Dausos gives each user its own dedicated data tunnel, which, like I've stated earlier in the video, does provide security benefits like minimizing the risk of that cross-traffic exposure or user interference. Beyond that, it's also important to mention that Surfshark Dausos was independently audited by Cure53, a Berlin-based IT security firm which conducted multiple penetration tests and found no issues within the protocol itself. Now, the only thing I'm wondering about is just how fast our connection would be if we use Dausos protocol together with that 100 gigabit server that Surfshark launched not too long ago. But speaking of not too long ago, or rather quite a while ago, yes, we haven't released a long form video in a minute, but more are coming up. For now, if you want to watch more content from us, then I'll have YouTube recommend something right here. It's probably recommending some really good video right now. You should watch it.